All right, let's dive into our breakdown of Whispers of the Depths, Season 4. And this season asks a question that is honestly kind of terrifying. What happens when the biggest threat isn't some monster or some big bad evil? What if the enemy is just the temptation to feel nothing? And that's literally how the season kicks off. No big explosion, no huge dramatic moment. It just starts with this one line. And it perfectly sets the mood, right? It tells you this isn't going to be a sudden catastrophe. It's a slow burn, a decay that creeps in so quietly you barely even notice it's happening until it's almost over. So what's the real problem here? What's the core conflict of the season? Well, it's not some grand war against feelings. Nobody's actively trying to suppress them. It's actually way more subtle. People are just letting them fade away. It's like this quiet epidemic of apathy, you know? Connection isn't being broken. People just stop bothering to make it in the first place. And you know, what makes this whole idea so creepy is how real these first signs feel. We're not talking about cities falling or anything like that. The whole breakdown starts with these tiny, everyday things. Shorter conversations, not making eye contact. It's the small ways we fail to connect. And the scary part is, people could still feel. They just chose not to. It's like the effort of it all just became too much. So this leads us to the first big idea of the season. The real threat isn't something out there breaking people apart. No, the danger is coming from inside. It's a crisis of willpower, really. You've got a whole world of people looking at the idea of connecting with someone else, and as a group, just kind of shrugging and saying, nah, I'm good. So okay, what does that world even look like? A world without any deep emotion. On the surface, it's kind of perfect. It's stable, there's no war, no fights, nobody gets their heart broken. But once you look past that calm, perfect exterior, it's completely dead inside. There's no art, no passion, no real joy. Just this quiet, sterile nothingness. So who's behind all of this? This is where we meet Kai. And let me tell you, he is not your typical bad guy. He's not after power. He's not trying to destroy the world. He's more like a philosopher, almost a spiritual guide who shows up offering what he calls a gift. And that gift is an escape from all the pain that comes with being human. Yeah, this line right here is so important for getting inside his head. See, Kai doesn't think he's a villain. Not at all. He thinks he's just helping. He genuinely believes that he's just speeding up a choice people are already making for themselves. The choice to swap out all the messy, exhausting highs and lows of life for just quiet, simple peace. So how does he actually pull this off? It's not about brute force. It's more like an influence. He creates this thing the show calls a unified field. And when you're inside it, your ability to feel strong emotions just kind of melts away. All that inner conflict, all that desire, it's just gone. And what's left is this calm. But it's an empty calm. You basically become a shell. And this gets us to the really chilling part, Kai's philosophy. He argues that all human suffering comes from one thing, choice. The choice to love someone, the choice to fight for something, the choice to connect, all of these can, and often do, lead to pain. So what's his solution? Get rid of choice altogether. For him, the perfect world is one where you don't have to feel bad because you never have to choose in the first place. And that right there, that's the central battle of the whole season. It's not about punches and explosions, it's a war of ideas. What is real freedom? Is it the freedom to feel everything, the good and the awful? Or is it freedom from feeling, a life of perfect, peaceful tranquility? This showdown between Akira, Neo, and Kai just lays it all out on the table. They say, you're erasing people. And he comes back with, no, I'm freeing them. They argue that without feelings, it's not freedom, but he just says it's tranquility. It's like they're not even speaking the same language. For him, tranquility is the goal, something way better than the messy chaos that comes with freedom. And then we get the big twist, the moment that changes everything for the season. Akira has this absolutely horrifying realization, and it completely flips the entire conflict on its head. She realizes Kai isn't the real enemy. He's not some invader forcing this on people. He's a mirror. He's just reflecting what people already want. The only reason he has any power is because he's offering something they secretly crave, an easy way out. The real villain isn't Kai. It's that tiny voice in everyone that just wants to give up. And then the show takes this whole debate and blows it up to a cosmic scale. The Guardian, Ira, confronts Kai. And at this point, it's not about good versus evil at all. It's about two totally different ways of caring. What's more important? Protecting our ability to choose or ending our suffering? And honestly, that's a really, really tough question. So how in the world do you fight an enemy like that? An enemy that lives inside of everyone? Well, the show's answer is beautiful. It's not some huge battle. Hope isn't found in a war. It's found in one single, tiny act of defiance. So in the final showdown, Akira just asks Kai, why? Why do this? And his answer is so simple, it's heartbreaking. Because it's easier. And that's it, isn't it? That's the ultimate temptation, the easy way out. But Akira's response, man, it's the whole point of the season. She looks him in the eye and basically says, yes, you're right, it is hard. She admits it. Life is hard. Feeling things is hard. But then she says, but I still choose to feel. She makes the choice to lean into the difficulty, not run away from it. And it's not just something she says, it's something she does. Right there, in that world that's forgotten how to connect, Akira and Mio reach for each other. But the show makes it so clear this isn't just an automatic thing they do. It's not some old habit. No, this is a conscious, deliberate choice. It's an act of pure will, fighting against all that apathy. And in that one moment of effort, a connection sparks. It's small, sure, and it doesn't fix everything overnight, but it's real. It's like one tiny candle being lit in a massive, dark room. And that gets us to the final amazing point of the season. That tiny act, it's like planting a seed. It proves that apathy doesn't have to be the end. The whole world could give up, literally everyone could choose emptiness, but it only takes two people choosing to connect to start the whole thing over again. So look, the ending isn't some perfect happily ever after. The world doesn't just snap back. But for the very first time, we see Kai hesitate. He's seeing something he never planned for. The world is still a mess, yeah, but it's not totally empty anymore. And you hear Akira and Mio promise each other, even if the rest of the world forgets how to feel, we will remember. And that's the question the season leaves us with. It's so powerful. We saw it start with two people. But what if it was just one? If one day nobody else wanted to feel, could just one person be enough to bring it all back? Is a single choice really that powerful? It's a heavy thought to end on, but man, what a question.